Good afternoon. I did a video earlier about the chump effect, what it is, and what its repercussions are. So now I'm going to talk about student loan forgiveness. Full stop. I do not hate this. Now, do I have student loans? No. I actually worked through mine and never really took out any loans. It took me longer than some people that I know who also went to school for the same things, but to be perfectly honest, it actually worked out quite well for me. So I honestly do not resent the people who took out loans, were buried in the interest, and then decide to take the government money. I don't. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel angry at them. They were, for the most part, tricked into taking terrible loans when they were teenagers, and then they had to basically get raked over the coals by a bunch of large bureaucratic organizations filled with people thrice their age who decided to basically squeeze them for profit. So I do not hold any resentment towards the people who take these student loan forgivenesses, even if it is just printed money that'll cause inflation. Now, I do blame the people who started the student loan companies, the Sallie Maes, all the little ones that no one really cares about. I certainly think that we should blame the people who actually made these loans in such a way legally that they cannot be removed via going bankrupt. That was a nasty trick played on the youth of the West. That is basically the old robbing the cradle. That is the old draining the blood from the young in order to enrich themselves. That was horrible. But it happened. It happened very slowly. It's still happening today. And, well, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to happen in the future because the world economy does not look so good right now. But student loan forgiveness, what's going to be the result? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is that inflation is going to go up because the money was created from nothing, which means that that's a tax on everybody's dollars, specifically stored dollars, or whatever other currency you happen to have. Now, it's not necessarily a tax on hard assets, so if you have property or any sort of physical asset like, I don't know, cars, bullion, what have you, that's actually going to be looking pretty good. However, there is another issue, the chump effect. The thing that I made a video on later, it's all nice and easily defined if you want to watch that, but basically, here's the problem. There are a lot of people who got very expensive degrees. They took out loans on that. Some of them actually paid them off, or they paid a tremendous amount into them, and they paid a lot of the interest, or sometimes all the interest. Sometimes their families supported them. Sometimes their friends supported them. All of that effort is wasted now. At least 10 grand of it, and or 10 to 20, I think, and you know that it's probably going to increase as elections draw near, and certain government bodies begin to panic, and they start wondering as to how they can bribe the young Americans to vote for them. So what happens to the people who paid off their debt? Do they get their money back? Of course not. Noted totally not a Native American, Elizabeth Warren, already laughed in the face of one man who questioned her about that, and that's honestly, that's pretty indicative of just in general the government's opinion towards people who actually play by the rules of the game, save their money, pay things off when the debt comes due, rather than finding some loophole. And it's going to make a lot of people very angry. And it distresses me that there's so many people around just mocking that anger. Anger is one thing. Anger which is mocked is another. Anger which is mocked in a country that has more guns than people, and which may be facing a food shortage in the next year, that could be a problem. So, there's going to be a lot of resentful people. You might be one of them. Please do not resent the students. Please don't. Look at who approved the loans. Look at who profited from the loans. Look at who wrote the laws of the loans. Those are the people who should pay. It's unlikely that they will. but at the very least, you can be pointed in the right direction. So, that's all for today. You all have a very nice day. It is getting ready to rain. And remember, take care of yourselves. Exercise, get some fresh air, eat fresh food, stay away from the bugs, stay away from all that processed garbage. Drink plenty of water and build up your friends and family. You're going to need them. And take an eye on your personality. It's the one thing that you carry with you always. Have a good day.